So what I'm noticing so clearly for this month of December, going on in my own life, but as I look around and see what's going on in the world, is that God is confronting deception. He's confronting manipulation. We see this with the whole Daystar scandal going on. God is like overturning the rug, and he's calling his people to really be bold and courageous, and also to accept that there's people in our lives that have been intentionally, knowingly, and willingly being deceitful, and they don't have good motives towards you. Okay, if you're anything like me, and if you follow me, then it's because we resonate, like we're on the same brainwave. Okay, we try to see the best in people. We try to believe the best in people, even when people act like toxic. We can think, oh, well, it's because of they went through this or that trauma, or because they're insecure, or because, they have abandonment issues. So we make excuses, right? Because that's how we are. We're understanding. We try to see the best in people. We want to give people the benefit of the doubt. We want to show people love. We want to show people grace. We want to not be judgmental. We don't want to tear people down, but God is bringing balance, because what has happened is that because there's been this attack against anyone who would speak out in truth and address things that are not right, there's attack on people like that. I'm telling you, like this month, I have set my boundaries in. I have accepted that there's certain relationships that I thought I have to accept that they are intentionally trying to cause me harm, that they are no good, and that I have to confront it. And there's been so much attack against anyone who would try to confront sin or manipulation. And so what we have going on is a bunch of narcissists in the church. And a bunch of these narcissists are leaders in the church, unfortunately. So now we're seeing the changing of the guards take place, like right before our very eyes, because things are being exposed. People are being exposed. And the Davids are having to have courage, have boldness, and have to kind of be in the line of fire and stand up and say, no, wrong is wrong. I'm not going to stand for this. And if that means that you reap what you sow, then so be it, because you dug a pit for me, and unfortunately you're going to have to fall into that pit due to your own actions. So God is exposing the lies, and there's just like in this Daystar situation, Susie and her husband are trying to speak up against the sexual abuse of their child. And what happens? They get attacked. And I'm thoroughly disappointed with Marcus Rogers and how he handled that situation, and how he caved to that spirit of Jezebel and Leviathan, just caved. Very sad. I hope that he repents for how that played out, because right now God is exposing, drawing the line in the sand, and saying, are you going to acknowledge that this is not right, and are you going to stand for what is right? Because he's cleaning house. He's cleaning up our lives, the chosen ones, because unfortunately, as a chosen one, we attract these narcissistic, parasitic type of people who use people and manipulate and use this hierarchy kind of culty like deceptive mentality to do their bidding and to increase in the earth through deceptive practices, through lies. And God is not having it. So I say this to just encourage you that, and I'm going through it myself, where I have to acknowledge and I have to accept that, and I don't want to hurt certain people, but some of the things that I'm going to have to do, which is, I'm going to have to tell the truth. I'm going to have to tell the truth. And I'm not a liar. I hate liars. And people will lie over the stupidest thing. People will lie like it's nothing. I'm coming to see that even people that I thought would never do certain things, like, they were a wolf the whole time. And I was just too naive and too kind-hearted to accept it. But now these same people are attacking and trying to destroy me because I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm not going to be manipulated. I'm not going to be used. I'm not going to be lied to. I'm not going to allow immoral behavior. I'm not. So that causes these demons to try to gang up and in a frenzy on the people who are standing for what is right and saying, you're not going to do this anymore. Okay? So just know, and even still, I worry about my enemy and how it's going to pan out for them, because I know it's not going to pan out well. And I'm like, dude, like, just stop lying and stop fighting this fight because you don't have a leg to stand on and you're lying. You're straight lying. And we will reap what we sow, and the truth will prevail. So you're going to have to make some tough decisions, most likely, if you're not already confronted with it in the near future, because this is a changing of the guards, and you're going to have to choose a side, and you're going to have to choose to be bold, and we're going to have to take a stand and not have this sexual abuse, this emotional abuse, this just narcissistic, evil kind of people operating in our lives or in the church. And that's just, we're going to have to take a stand. And it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be frustrating, and we're going to have to try to hold our composure as best as possible. But yeah, that's what I'm noticing this month. This is the month to confront evil and wickedness and bring it down by standing in truth. It's just crazy because I've been getting so much hate lately because I will not allow the bad behavior to continue. And when you confront and when you have boundaries, people hate it, and they will gaslight you, and they will make you out to be the judgmental bad guy. Like, I had someone all in their feelings because I expressed that I'm not going to, that I was dreading being around this person that is so just a mean-spirited person, just always talking about people's appearances, talking bad about people's appearances. And okay, someone's appearance doesn't, or their style or whatever, doesn't have to be your cup of tea. There's a way to say you don't like something without just being like degrading about it or mean. So I expressed I don't like mean girls. I don't like mean girls kind of behavior. I don't like mean-spirited people. I don't like gossip. And because I said that, and because I said I don't like when people act like snobs and like mispresses, I don't like that. And because I expressed that, I'm getting attacked as being judgmental, as being mean, as bullying, as not being delivered enough, because it's because I have abandonment issues. Okay? No, I'm just not going to put up with it. I'm not, because we as a society, because it's a societal thing that like nobody calls out bad behavior. Nobody says anything about messed up stuff like cheating, addictions, stealing, lying, like all this deceitful, like not taking care of your kids, like not being faithful to your wife. Like nobody says anything because they don't want to hurt their feelings, because these people are hurting. They have endured. And yes, they might have endured trauma, and maybe they're hurting deep down inside, but you know what? It doesn't. I endured a lot of trauma. I endured a lot of pain. I endured a lot of screwed up things, but It doesn't give me the right to go and be manipulative and mean and gossip and put people down and cheat. Okay, like, we need to stop with the excuses. We need to stop enabling narcissists, enabling people to feel comfortable doing messed up stuff. And that's why society, like, we have lost all morality, because nobody has any shame anymore, because nobody says anything. Instead, when you try to say, look, I'm not going to be like, I don't like you gossiping and lying or or making jokes or putting people down, like, I don't like that. So I'm not going to hang around if you're going to continue. Like, because I'm always going to warn you before or like, if I care enough and I know you well enough, like, we have history, then I'm going to let you know lovingly that, hey, I don't know if you're aware of this kind of, that you're doing this, but like, this is why it's not cool. And then if it still continues, then I'm going to like firmly let you know that, hey, like, I don't like this. It's not healthy for me. It's not respectful, or it's not what I want to be around. And if they still don't respect the boundaries and have respect and change the bad behavior, then I'm just going to cut you off. And if that makes me a bully and that makes me mean, I don't think that's correct. I think people are just so warped in the way that they think, and society has gone on allowing so much just a wrong mindset of don't say anything because those are your elders, or those are the church leaders, or they're the husband, they're the head. No, they're not. If they're living immoral, if they're a leader and they're living immorally and they're doing stuff that is wrong and harmful to others, no, we need to stop allowing stuff to go on and being so afraid. And I get it, because like, they sound so convincing, and these are people that you love or you respect or you look up to. So you're like, these can sometimes be your parents, your spouse, your church leaders, your colleagues, your boss. Like, you start to think like, maybe I am the problem. And it's a mind trip. But what I'm realizing, God is saying, no, like, no, I'm the one giving you this discernment, and your discernment's not off, because your heart is postured and submitted to me. And your heart is not to harm anyone. And you know right from wrong. So stop letting people play with your head and make you think that you didn't see what you know you saw, and that it isn't what you know it is. So I just want to share all of that, because I know I'm not the only one seeing this and going through this. I know I'm not. So I just want to encourage you guys, be firm. We have to know when to be firm, okay? There's a time to take a stand, okay? And this, now more than ever, is the time to take a stand, because God is doing the changing of the guards. And, if we remain silent, then his people will perish. Good people will perish. People will continue to be abused, used, rejected, and evil will continue to be allowed to infiltrate. So God may be asking you to make some bold statements and take bold action, and it may be uncomfortable and it may be hard, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. But the word of God and the truth of God, it cuts. It's a double-edged sword, and people need to abide by what is right. And they need to be set free. And they're going to have to face the consequences of their actions. And God is calling us, and he's raising us up. And I just, like Esther, God was going to either use her, but if she wouldn't rise to the occasion and be courageous and take a stand, then God would use someone else. Okay? So let us be the people that allow God to use us to bring justice in the earth, to take a stand for what is right, and to bring about change in our society, in our culture. That's what we're called to be. If we're truly kingdom representatives, then our actions and the way that we live and the way that we speak for truth and against be our fruits, right? Because if not, then, you know, not all who say, Lord, Lord, is going to make it into the kingdom of heaven, okay? And you trying to just tiptoe around these people is just going to enable the bad behavior. So you guys, just do your best to keep your composure and hold your patience, because oh my gosh, you know, when people are just acting like and we don't fight against flesh and blood, we know that it is demons. It is demons influencing these people, and it's like they want to provoke and to get you to act out of emotion and lure you into, you know, lashing out in anger so that they can try to justify why they're not doing anything wrong and you're the crazy one, right? And like, especially if you're dealing with like covert narcissism, these are people who like appear calm and collected, but they have like, they're doing all these manipulative, lying, deceitful, like messed up stuff. But because they know how to keep their cool and they know how to pull strings and they know how to boldface lie, and that it's going to tick you off, and if they can get you just to react, then you'll look like the crazy one. Like, you know, this is why, like, you know, I don't mind people who are like kind of outspoken or a little brash, because I know what I'm getting. Like, I know what I'm getting. With people who are like nicey, like, and know how to put on a good front, those are the ones you got to watch out for. Okay. Again, I bring up Daystar. Look how like calm and collected Joni looks. And, you know, like she, you know, even her son said she never cussed, never heard her cuss, you know, always calm. These people know how to keep themselves together. They know how to, you know, look a certain way, while behind the scenes, while in their private life, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I just encourage you to, you know, not give up and to keep standing, even though it takes us all to continue to stand, and it doesn't make sense, you know, because it's like, why would we have to endure like slander and attacks after attacks when we've been doing what's right? We've just been trying to mind our own business and do the right thing. But you know, God will use his people to uncover things, to take a stand. And so just continue to walk in integrity and let your integrity speak for you. And you know that if you're walking in integrity, you don't have anything to hide or be afraid of, or to worry about. God has your back.